Hello my fellow Retromaniacs and welcome to Let's Explore Microsoft Interactive CD Sampler Volume 2 for Windows 98, 89. So yeah, I had to make a new title because I cannot say Let's Play Microsoft CD Sampler. There are demos on this disk, so I will play those demos individually. But for like CD-ROM, I have to come up with a new title. Let's explore. I might write or use let's look at when I'm looking individual software, for example. So yeah, I'm widening my interests. So far, I've been only playing video games, but you know, there's interesting and nostalgic retro software, and so many like cover discs with lots of interesting content, like you know, screensavers, wallpapers, shareware, games server software. So yeah, I would be happy to look at some like cover discs, and maybe, and obviously there's like full versions available now on Internet Archive, and there's like a full collection of like Vares releases, old Vares CDs that has full versions of old software. Although I don't recommend using DOSBox for those, because there might be virus or malware in them, and DOSBox is not absolutely secure. It can spread out from the directory, and it can create files. Although I think if you like launch the CD from ISO file, it shouldn't create new files. But it's recommended to use a virtual machine if you have known viruses. But I don't think Microsoft Sampler has any viruses, so I think we are safe to use DOSBox for this one. So let's cut the crap and start exploring this. Yeah, I used to have, or my family used to have Windows 98, but I don't remember trying this sampler CD. But you know, the computer, which was a Finnish company, Mikko, it was bundled with so much like CD-ROMs and tools and kits, games. So it might be that I didn't even realize that, you know, the Windows 98 CD had any like demos, because I was content with the bundled add-ons that came with the PC. And it was usually the case when you like bought a PC packet with monitor and keyboard and whatnot. It would be bundled with different kinds of things, you know, whether it be like Toshiba or Dell or Mitsubishi computer. compact. It would have different kinds of stuff, and usually there was also like family versions or professional users or gamers startup batch for computers. So yeah, I remember like most PCs I had, we got they usually came with some nice accessories. But yeah, let's start the sampler. I think you can just this one is so yeah, I've never seen this, even though this is very famous and came with the installation disc, but it's new for me. So I have no like nostalgic memories of this one. Wow, yeah, this was really like late 90s and early 2000s. It was very optimistic time. It seemed that, you know, everything was going.
Microsoft brings information to life in exciting new ways.
In forward, in progress.
In 5 different categories, designed to help you achieve your goals faster and easier than ever before. Click one now.
And then social media happened and everything went shit. But yeah, this was still like the time when everything was like technology is cool and internet is cool and tech is the future of tomorrow, and and you know, we had Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and Nokia in Finland, so we had a feeling that we are at the cutting edge of the technology. And you know, there was no like cynical attitude yet like today, and people didn't harass themselves online now, and there was like no Facebook, no Twitter. Everyone were like, wow, this is cool, this is new, this is awesome. Everyone were making like their own home pages with the GeoCities and have guest books, and there were like online chats. And you know, games were just like getting better each year. The graphics were getting better, and there was just a sense of everything getting like more progressive and like helping the society, you know. You know, the information age was really what started with the World Wide Web. And this was still the time, you know, internet was so slow that you could actually like see it worthwhile to buy a like Microsoft Encarta or Britannica CD-ROM or DVD, because to get the same knowledge from internet that was very hard, because there was no Wikipedia. So yeah, I guess nowadays it's much more easier to find information. Okay, you can just ask from ChatGPT, but you know, it has kind of like ruined the exploration part of the internet, when the internet was like a total like different world. There's so many like links. You didn't know where you would get every time you logged into internet with your modem. It was just you felt like an adventurer. There's also all good, nice, kind of cool things to explore. Nowadays there's just social media and YouTube. But who even has even like their own homepage these days? No one. They have just like Instagram pages or something like that. So it's kind of sad, because that time, you know, there was so many like fan pages. I would usually visit like Nintendo or Mario or Zelda fan pages. There were so many, or Pokemon fan pages, Finnish one, for examples. But yeah, it's a sad thing that all those like people creating content, which is not just the videos. Like these days, everything must be in video form. But you know, homepages with texts and guides and reviews. So, I just loved browsing the internet and find new sites I hadn't visited, or find like games or cool software to install. Sometimes they contained viruses, but usually not. They were just awesome. I think everything you know, has everything that made, you know, using Pentium, Windows PC, and Internet Explorer. I think it has died. And you know, I even miss the old Flash websites, because they were so original and cool, with all kinds of effects and sound effects and cool design. And now everything is every website just uses the same WordPress design. It's so boring because it's mobile only. They don't care about desktop users, so everything is so big and you have to scroll so long. And with your mouse. But enough of old man ranting. Let's check this.
Check out lots of exciting software titles that help kids learn while they play.
Cool.
Use your computer to get more done. Manage your money, create your own greetings, and even publish your own websites.
Wow.
Whatever you want to do, Microsoft helps you unleash the power of your computer.
The power is mine.
Microsoft is ready to play. Click now to see leading-edge new games that just play better.
Yeah, already installed all the demos on this disk. But I won't play them this time. I will play them individually later on.
Information at your fingertips. These are the products that deliver that information.
Wow.
Find out more about the latest gaming devices, keyboards, and mouse products from Microsoft.
Cool. I cannot visit the website.
Click here to launch your internet browser and go to Microsoft's online referral system, where you can find out how to purchase these Microsoft products at the most convenient location near you.
Can't do that. Although I think the best CD-ROMs I know have like offline versions of old websites. They're so fun to look at these days because they're so I don't know, cheesy or gimmicky, sometimes using like Comic Sans fonts or those like images that are like divided into sections where you can press. I think there was also like HTML like a tag for that. I used to know some HTML back in the early 2000s when I created my own website. I don't know, I won't tell which one, but
To find out in-depth information and system requirements,
sadly I cannot find them.
Click this button.
There's some pages you can find on Internet Archive, but mostly it's gone, lost forever. Maybe it's good for. I would be too embarrassed to show it.
Click here to install one or all of the product trial versions available on this CD. Tired of listening to my voice? Then click here to change the options for the CD sampler. To find out more in-depth...
Okay. Yeah, I have already installed these. Obviously, I know Age of Empires, Rise of Rome, I had the full version. And Motocross Madness I have streamed, but I have not played Monster Truck Madness 2 or Pinball Arcade or Microsoft Golf. So I'm gonna check those trial versions. And I could probably find the full versions easily. But it's like playing those demo discs for PlayStation or GameCube. I just liked doing these demo versions because they skip all the like tutorials or cinematics. They just put you right into the game, so it's always nice to play the demo version instead of starting a full version and then having to like spend 40 minutes of watching like opening cutscenes or stuff. You just want to play the game and see how it plays. Probably from the middle of the game and not from the beginning, so you can get a better idea what's the game is about.
Click here for learning is more fun with Microsoft.
Let me check the hardware first.
Every job needs its own set of tools, and Microsoft has a variety of keyboards, mouse products, and more to help you make the most of the job at hand. Plus, you'll find the latest gaming devices, just in case you find time to take a break.
Cool. I actually had the Microsoft Sidewinder.
Play hard, in style and comfort.
I still have. It was it had a gyro in the inside, so you could use like motion controls. I think it was called like Sidewinder 3D or something.
Play hard, in style and comfort.
Yeah, I think it was a Freestyle Pro. I would play Motocross Madness with it, but
it's finally here. The controller with all the right moves. Anyway,
yeah, this one. I had this controller. Although I never the novelty of using motion controls
PC game controller that works with many of today's most popular games
wore off quite quickly, and I would just switch the normal D-pad,
Plus, the Sidewinder Freestyle
because it wasn't as responsive as you wanted. It would just crash, at least with Motocross Madness.
and control of a joystick.
I wonder if you can still use that controller with Windows 11. I have the controller somewhere, but
Came right inside the box.
I don't know. I don't think it's the best choice for playing games
Microsoft Sidewinder
compared to you know, normal Xbox controller. All right. Ready for something revolutionary? How about a game control that enables you to control the game activity by simply tilting it in the direction you want to move? Nothing controls movement within today's 3D action games better than the fluid motion of the Sidewinder Freestyle Pro. Sit, stand, weave, and bob your way to victory. The Sidewinder Freestyle Pro translates your body English into game movement for the ultimate immersive experience. Yeah! Combos. But yeah, I have to say that it was very comfortable to hold. Good grip. Although it didn't have any like left or right buttons, as far as I know, and also only D-pad. It was an analog controller like DualShock or N64. So and also there was a wheel at the center, which was like awkwardly placed. There was no really like way to use it during the gameplay. I don't know where was it actually used, but you know, it had 6 buttons, so at least it was good for some more complex games like NHL 99 that I used to have. I didn't have many like games that supported game controllers apart from Motocross Madness and NHL 99, because then I had like strategy games and some DOS games that didn't like support controllers, or at least I didn't know how to bind the buttons back in the day. So yeah, I think the controller got a little bit underused over the years. So game profiles. Why would a game controller require a CD-ROM? Doesn't make any sense.
Click here to
Okay, so
finally some
wheel. Yeah, I think my first wheel.
Get set to take the road.
Okay, I thought it was lagging, but it's just the 90s style.
The intense vibration as rubber meets the
Radical.
Feel the G-force pull off hairpin turns, or the crush.
So saying that IndyCar game.
You can even program the Sidewinder.
Yeah, my first was like
Race the way you want to race.
Trustmaster Ferrari wheel.
Turn. A powerful clamp locks you into the action quickly and holds you there. Then put the pedal to the metal with the Sidewinder wheel's sturdy anti-slip pedals. Everything you need to feel the speed is here, including both
But here that doesn't seem to have
precision racing software.
what a pile up there. It doesn't seem to be
first feedback.
gear change. How do you change gears? There's no like what do you call them, flaps underneath the wheel, or H pattern gear stick. So yeah, I don't know how usable that is. Oh, wait a second, does it have any? No, I don't think it has any buttons for gears. I guess you just have to press these buttons with your thumbs. So seems to be quite uncomfortable way to change gears. Or just play with auto transmission.
To return, push reality beyond.
No video, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think I ever had a joystick myself, because we only got the PC like in 1998, so that was already like era of joysticks was basically over. Gamepads were the name of the day. So yeah, I didn't own any joysticks, and I always wondered that why would you ever buy a joystick? I think it's like good for like flying games or combat flight simulators or something like that, but otherwise I would always prefer a controller or gamepad. Over a joystick. But I guess you can play other games as with joystick, like even platformer games, but for me just would feel weird. What is this? Sidewinder gamepad. Oh, this is without the 3D or motion detection. But yeah, still no like analog or dual stick design. I think it wasn't until PlayStation and DualShock that like dual stick became more commonplace, and like replaced these other types of gamepads. It's like a cheaper version. It is always like
Find out more.
the Pro version and the casual version. Okay, let's digital sound.
Audio, now on your PC.
Okay, but that isn't Sound Blaster 16 enough? What is this? Never heard of this one. Digital sound. So wait a second, does it come with the speakers? Yeah. Okay. So it's not just a sound card. And is there even a sound card? PC audio card. Okay. Interesting. Yep, there's probably like YouTube channels that reviewed all these old technologies and hardware. So you can probably easily find what these were about, and maybe these are still sold like eBay for $500 nowadays, probably. Yeah, unfortunately my Sidewinder
Play hard.
doesn't have the box anymore, so if it had been like full in a box and in a really good shape, it probably would be quite valuable. Okay, mouse.
Microsoft has the right mouse for you.
Meet the Microsoft Mouse line. A mouse for everyone, whether you're an expert or first-time buyer.
Ball mouse. I always hated those.
Is the simple choice. Efficient, economical, your basic mouse is built to last. But add a wheel and you're on a roll. With the wheel mouse, just roll the wheel and scroll through your documents.
So simple name. Wheel mouse.
For comfort, millions rely on the Microsoft mouse.
It's almost similar.
And then there's
Just a little bit skewed.
a more efficient way to work. With auto scroll, just press the wheel, set a speed, and watch your document scroll, no hands. The
Man.
IntelliMouse Pro gives you all the features of the IntelliMouse, including zooming in and out and scrolling side to side, plus a new level of comfort. And if your desk space is getting tight, try the IntelliMouse trackball. The big wheel needs less.
I wonder what was the first mouse that had more than 3 buttons.
Options are the key to choosing the right mouse.
Like my Logitech
To choose the right mouse,
MX mouse
the Microsoft mouse.
has like 6 buttons, I think, or 1 or 2 wheels. 2 wheels and 4 buttons. So yeah. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's like Logitech CD sampler that has all those old Logitech products. I might look up if there's anything like that. Multimedia, Logitech CD interactive catalog or something like that. Because I always used to read these old PC magazines and see always like check out the not only the reviews but ads and see what like I was like, I want this, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. But I was a 10-year-old kid with no money, so I couldn't have anything. So yeah, I was only hoping that I wish I was an adult and a millionaire, so I could have all these mentioned on the catalog. I wonder if there's there were any millionaires that bought everything that existed on these catalogs, and they're somewhere in storage space in mint condition these days, probably. Yeah, I never understood the point of this trackball. I think it's like ergonomic or something. But, it just feels very imprecise, and especially if you're playing games, it would be a terrible way to do. I think it's good for if you're doing lots of Excel and you want to smooth scroll the tables, then it's probably useful, but nothing else. Yeah, the difference is just minimal. Why would you even sell it without the scroll wheel? I mean, it's cheaper, of course, but still, if you buy the cheaper model, you just at some point you wish that you would have the the functions of better versions. That's why I never go cheap with mouse and keyboard. I want the best mouse and keyboard there is with, I don't want to save money by buying a crappy mouse or crappy keyboard, because I use them so much, and I want them to have the precision and all the extra features that you can have.
For new and
all right, phones. Well, that's technology that doesn't really
Microsoft keyboard products. For
really doesn't. You cannot use. You can still use old mouses or old keyboards and gamepads, but phones, they are totally obsolete. They're just electronic waste now.
Keyboard Elite is the result of extensive ergonomic and usability research. With the Natural Keyboard Elite, the left and right key sections are split apart.
I never actually owned a split keyboard.
Natural hand and wrist position. And when you need a break from typing, you can rest your
But obviously, a keyboard must have a numpad. There's some keyboards that comes without a numpad.
Windows 95 or Windows 98
I wouldn't
start
understand why would you want that. That you have to use some kind of combo.
designed with your comfort in mind. The Microsoft Natural Keyboard Elite.
But on the other hand, I have not I don't care about clicking sound. There are some people who want their keyboard to click, have a mechanical click sound. But for me, it doesn't matter. I like the click sound, but my current, if you can hear, there's no clicking sound, so it doesn't bother me if it's quiet. Okay, there's only one keyboard to explore. Didn't I press this? It is just like a HTML pages. This was before Flash. In the 2000s, all these CDs, samplers or whatever, they would just use Flash for all kinds of animation. And obviously there was also pre-Flash, there was Macromedia, Shockwave, animation director. But this is obviously just a HTML page. Some multimedia included.
Introducing the Microsoft cordless phone system, combining the power of the computer with the latest in phone technology, with features like multiple mailboxes and 9 minutes of recorded messaging per call, so you can retain hundreds of voice messages, to quickly placing calls with the power of speech recognition. And with caller ID through your local telephone company, the Microsoft cordless phone system offers even more, such as caller ID display.
Oh.
Caller ID announce.
It's your dad calling.
I wonder if this worked in Finland. That's maybe the reason that maybe this CD sampler was not released outside United States,
Message notification.
because all these services are not available everywhere. So, for example, in Finland, they would need to remove some of these
The Microsoft cordless
some of these CD sampler products.
Microsoft cordless phone system. Innovative technology that helps manage your busy life.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any usage for that still. Does it even work in any way? I guess it can be used like a radio phone. I don't know. Probably it's just junk now. I thought I pressed this one. Why doesn't it show?
Find out more.
That was the last hardware. Let's check the reference.
Nobody brings the power to learn and explore to your computer like Microsoft. For everything from a powerful encyclopedia to an entire reference library, Microsoft brings information to life in an exciting new way.
Cool. I never owned any Microsoft Encarta, but in Finland we had a similar product called CD Facta. And I had I even had like 2 different versions, so it had all kinds of like encyclopedia, dictionary, news clips, videos, national anthems. I would at some point like listen to every anthem and almost like still can hum many of the anthems. So yeah, these were just when you didn't have too many games on PC, you were just spending time with other things like CD-ROMs, multimedia. I would even like spend time watching screensavers like 3D Maze screensaver for Windows. It almost felt like a game. I could watch it for hours. Yeah, that was it sounds sad, but everything. It's just you didn't have like nowadays you have a phone or computer or internet full of stuff to watch, but those days there was many times that I didn't know what to do. I would ask my mom or dad, what should I do? I'm bored. Usually they answer, go outside to play. And then I find out that, okay, I will just watch TV Shop or something like that. Or watch some VHS tape for the 50th time. Or just browse through encyclopedia. Or, browse through the books. Physical encyclopedia.
The world's most complete PC reference library.
So what's the difference between Encarta and the Encarta Encyclopedia and Encarta Reference Suite? I guess they just couldn't sell the stuff with multiple CDs, having all these stuff in combined. Yeah, just divide and force customer to buy all of them individually. I think these were also like quite expensive, or at least Britannica was like probably worth of like $200 or something like that. Obviously, full encyclopedia, full every volume, that would probably cost like $500 or $1,000. So yeah, knowledge was valuable and expensive back then. Hopefully there's a video. Yes.
Introducing Microsoft Encarta Reference Suite 99, complete with 3 great reference products together in one box. Let's start with Encarta Encyclopedia Deluxe 99, where you can quickly find the topic you're searching for. Now, go to the Encarta Homework Center and open up the research.
I can't. So compressed and so low resolution that the text is totally unreadable.
That's easy with Encarta Virtual Globe 99, mapping every corner of the planet in rich, engaging detail. Now it's time to write, and that's where Bookshelf 99 can add the finishing touches with our quick definitions, quotes, even quick synonym to help you find the perfect word.
Oh, if you're doing like your thesis.
And you did it all right here with Microsoft Encarta Reference Suite 99, the world's most comprehensive PC reference library.
Okay, so the reference suite combines the other products which you can then buy individually. But yeah, I wish I had these, because I would have spent so many hours with these. I'm a knowledge geek. I'm, I like to learn things. So I think it might be that I always liked school, and I don't know if it was because I've enjoyed these kinds of products, or maybe these products actually made me to care about school. I would like to think that way. Thanks to Microsoft Encarta, I got interested in history, and now I'm a PhD history professor. Who knows? That might have happened, but usually, I don't know. Maybe you would be interested in learning before you would buy this product. But this is a perfect gift for kids. Kids can. It's not for adults. It's not like kids only play games on PC. I would do many stuff. Make music, write things, use painting tools, painting programs, try programming. So computer wasn't just for games. You could also learn things, and this would have been so great if I had this in my childhood. I would probably have learned many things that I would still know these days. Okay, so what's this reference to 99? Yeah, they're almost the same product, but obviously these days there's no real reason for these kind of products. You can find the same information from Wikipedia or Google Maps or so on, but I think it's not entirely true, because some Wikipedia articles are quite scarce of or they don't have many multimedia features like graphics or images. So some of these Britannica or Encarta articles I think are still superior, because they have they are written by professionals, so the text is very good and not amateurish, and they usually have some nice multimedia or images, which many Wikipedia articles lack. But on the other hand, Wikipedia articles are up to date, and usually they are much longer and about niche things. There's no lack of storage space for Wikipedia. If some page doesn't exist, you can just create one yourself for some person or some item. But obviously these don't have all the information about everything, like let's say every member of parliament in Finland. You probably can't find even only a couple of member of parliaments if they've been prime ministers or presidents, but Wikipedia has all of them listed or have an article about them. So that's the advantage of having a better or unlimited space. Okay, let's select productivity.
Microsoft is always working on new ways to help you create, manage, discover, explore, and connect. Integrate
Works.
easy-to-use software for the home.
I think Works was like a cheaper version of Microsoft Office. I don't know why they don't mention the Microsoft Office here.
Virtually everything you need for home computing can be found right here.
Oh, okay, they were like bundled here.
$99, starting with Works 4.5, loaded with tools like Address Book and the Works Calendar. With Microsoft Money 99 Basic, you can do banking and bill paying online, schedule recurring payments, and call up your balance. Next stop, Research and Encarta Encyclopedia 99.
Okay.
The new contents page makes it easier than ever to find what you're looking for. With Expedia Streets 98, you can zoom down and pinpoint street addresses across the United States, then print out a map. Click into graphics.
Yeah, well, obviously in Finland that wouldn't be useful. I don't need to know the streets of the USA.
When it's time to submit your community newsletter, Word.
Okay, so they're like bundling Microsoft Word, but no Excel or PowerPoint.
Ideas and share information.
It's weird that they want.
Complete solution for your home.
They don't mention the Microsoft Office.
Works Suite 99.
Okay.
Makes creating get the job done with this new product from Microsoft.
2000. I think this is from 1998, so they are a little bit ahead of time.
Create professional-looking graphics using Microsoft PhotoDraw 2000.
Cool.
PhotoDraw 2000 provides all the graphics tools you need in one easy-to-use program.
Yeah, well, I think I would need more than that, just a couple of presets.
Start fast and stay on track using built-in design expertise, templates, and smart tools. Instantly transform standard clip art, or customize 20,000 images in clip art included with PhotoDraw 2000.
So what would I use this for? Doing like greeting cards or birthday cards?
Choose from different brush types, including photo brushes.
Because it's not like a drawing tool like Photoshop.
Text and clip art and apply more than 200 built-in special effects to each.
Nor it's like InDesigner, so it's not like publishing.
Quality websites using customized graphics.
Okay, so it's, I don't know, what is this for?
Your business with Microsoft PhotoDraw 2000.
Feels a little bit like useless. Business users can create professional-looking artwork, marketing materials. Okay, so it's like pamphlets, ads. But still, you know, I think there are like better tools for that. But maybe it's like, yeah, users for front page publisher. But you know, maybe that is for like a cheap version for publisher. Read files from CorelDRAW, Photoshop. Okay, so but you could do this the same thing with CorelDRAW or Photoshop alone. So why would you need this one then?
Makes creating all of your home desktop publishing projects easy.
Easy.
Whoa, look at this calendar.
Thanks. I designed it myself.
No, look at all the events we're hosting this month.
No problem. Got everything we need right here with Microsoft Home Publishing 99, part of the Graphic Studio line.
Oh, Home Publishing 99.
Yeah, it's got all the publishing tools we need for all our home projects.
Such as?
Well, for the party on the 11th, I've created everything. High-quality place cards, invitations,
Jeez.
envelopes, napkin ring holders,
Why
and
would you go through the trouble by hosting some friends?
What about the school banquet?
no problem. It's all done. I created the flyers, the banners.
Yeah, but
Be given out that night.
When did you become a graphic designer?
when did you have the time to do that? You know, you have
Gives us 8,000 professional.
two kids
More than 70,000 graphics.
and you work from
All to choose from. It's easy. Microsoft
from 9 to 5, so
It's all our
I don't know.
publishing projects. Easily.
maybe she uses all like weekends by doing graphics. I don't know. You know, I think I had like some tools like these. They came with the computer, but I never used them. I think I did a couple of like birthday cards with like Word, but that was like add Comic Sans, add rainbow colors, maybe some stupid banner or frame or background color, and done. But it's just too much work to do all these like recipe cards or your own bookmarks, really. Yeah, they just assume that people have time and are willing to put some effort on these kinds of things. I probably some will, but I have hard time believing that anyone will actually use this more than a couple of hours and then like just use a regular envelope. I don't have to print my own style for it. Okay, so what are these then? Picture it. Capture a photo from any source, digital camera, scanner, floppy disk. Then get creative. Yeah, but once you have scanned it, you probably don't want to do anything about it. You want to just digitize it. Welcome to Baby Pat's website. Well, that's not good. You shouldn't release your baby pictures or your baby's pictures on the internet anyway. He or she will blame you forever for ruining their childhood by publishing them on the internet. Okay. There's just so many like this. I would also almost call it shovelware software. They could have just bundled this all in like one software, but no, everything has to have their own software. Professional looking color publications, so print for the web. I wonder if any like professional websites use these tools, or did they have just their own professional designers or proprietary tools, probably. Okay, that's like two products, home publishing and Picture 99 suite, but it's still missing Still missing the greetings 99. Jeez. Okay, kids.
Microsoft makes big fun out of building skills for the future. Discover totally new ways for kids to create, play, and learn.
Never had any of these, but I guess these are more like English
An amazing new way to learn and play.
or US audience aimed products. Barney. I don't think I ever saw Barney in Finnish media.
Now appearing for the first time on your PC, Barney.
It's good to see you. Let's play.
Yeah,
Best of Barney.
yeah. This was never
On 3 super-de-duper new CD-ROM titles.
never
Point to where you want to
exported to Finland. Barney.
In preschool education, Barney and his friends, like BJ, Baby Bop, and Professor Tinkerput, will treat your children to
I don't know if United Kingdom had any like Barney products.
seasons, matching fruits and vegetables.
Maybe.
Wouldn't be Barney without songs and sing
But definitely no one knew about Barney in Finland.
areas to discover on each title.
I don't think any of these games or shows were shown here or released here.
Fun and creativity. There's even a parents' room where adults can learn more about Actimates and what their children will learn using these games. Plus, an area where children can leave gifts of artwork for parents to find. You know it's more fun. It's the software you've been
Yeah, even a 5-year-old me would like
under the sea. And fun on the farm with Barney.
Goodbye.
would get sick of this
Learning adventures starring Barney, only from Microsoft.
because
Barney and Friends software is Actimates compatible wherever Actimates Barney.
what? What was that? Like a robot? Jeez. Yeah, even as a kid, I would detect when the product was just like childish or not just made for like stupid kids. Even a 5-year-old can say that this is for stupid kids. Maybe this is for like 2 years old, but they can't use computers, can they? I don't know when was the first time I used computer. I was on 2 at least. I couldn't even reach mouse with a small hand. So yeah, if kids appreciate when they see that the game or the TV show or cartoon, it's not just made for the kids, but like even adults could enjoy it. Like Looney Tunes, kids like them, but you can appreciate that they don't have like baby content. They don't try to like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not undermine, but patronize. Patronize is the word. Yeah, they are not trying to patronize the viewer. And these tools or games or whatever they are, Arthur or Barney, you can feel that they just patronize the kids. Which I understand if you're like 2-3 years old, but even when you're 5, you realize that these are just baloney.
Learn.
Okay, let me just quickly check everything here. What's there left? I'm not interested in any of these. The Magic School Bus. I think I've heard of this, but is this like the very old, like 70s or 60s? TV show. I don't know.
Here.
Video, please. No. Yeah, I had a couple of like, you know,
Click here.
CD-ROMs made for kids, but yeah, one was like Muppets or Sesame Street. I think that I found very patronizing, but then there was like what's the game called, like interesting things. There's like all kinds of like collection of mini games, or not really games, that like you could do like a weird animation or combine sound with some effects. There was like two different games, one and a sequel. I can't remember its name, but maybe I will play that at some point, because I really like that. It was like, it was quite trippy, I remember.
My personal.
But you know, it wasn't like trying to teach you letters or numbers.
Here to present the newest addition to my CD-ROM.
It was just about, you know, being creative.
My personal tutor, 1st and 2nd grade. The complete solution for school success that builds reading, math, and thinking skills. On our first CD, we'll blast off to Sky's space station voyage.
Cool, you're here.
Where we'll build up our math.
Yeah, I always found these like teaching grade school CD-ROMs patronizing. I remember there was like there were a couple of them installed on school computer, but I didn't even like to play them if I had a chance. Well, obviously I would probably play something.
And free the captured sea creatures.
Brilliant.
Now's the time for learning with me, Professor Presto.
And maybe it was better than learning, studying on a class, but
my personal tutor, preschool and kindergarten.
You know, all those like math programs, or learn to read programs, they were just it was just poor, and like I said, you know, by 8-year-old or 9-year-old, I had already played so many like NES or Super NES games, so I knew what a good video game is. So compared to like you know, Zelda or Mario, these you know, educational games, they felt like a cash grabs for me.
Click.
Okay, good. No videos. Yeah, no way I'm gonna check these games. Even if I'm a retro maniac, I'm not a retro imbecile. I wouldn't want to waste a minute of playing some educational games for little kids. Unless there would be like nostalgic value for me, but these obviously I never played and never knew it existed, so there's no reason to play these, so I can't like relive my childhood through these. Okay, and last we have games, and these I will play individually, but
enemy civilizations. Play a round of golf. These and more adventures.
Let's just check. There's a couple of videos here, I think.
Get to being a World War II fighter pilot.
Yeah, the only games I played on this catalog is Rise of Rome and Motocross Madness. So yeah, I would actually want to play this Revenge of Arcade
Arcade action.
and Microsoft Arcade to see how well it's like one of the first like emulated arcade games. You know, I think for Windows 3.1 was the first one, the first collection for Microsoft Arcade. You know, PCs had become so powerful that they could emulate old arcade games from the 70s and early 80s. But yeah, but you know, by 2000s you could already like play NES or Super NES games or Game Boy games on PC, and soon N64, and I don't know when a PlayStation emulation became possible. There was like in the 90s there was that hardware like emulator station for PlayStation 1, but I don't remember trying to emulate PlayStation 1 until maybe 2007 or 8. I don't remember exactly. Okay, let's check this one.
Come with us now to the golden age of gaming. Ms. Pac-Man's back in her first ever appearance on your personal computer. Just one of 5 all-time classic games, like Xevious, where you're always moving downshift into Rally X to capture the flag.
Yeah, I feel like this could have many like weird
Like the runaround,
bugs or
bounce
imperfections, like weird sound or wrong frequency sound or music.
Action-filled arcade games from the 80s, featuring the mega hit Ms. Pac-Man. Come home to the classics.
But I wonder if there's any kind of like background information. I always like those like Williams arcade collections because they have like developer interviews and all kinds of extra content, but it seems that these only had the games and no like retro content or retro archive interviews or game art. So only 4 games. Hopefully this didn't cost like $50 because that would be a robbery for 4 games only, or 5 games. What's the 5th game? There's a Mappy, Miss Pac-Man, Rally X. See. What's the 5th game? It was some other game. Whatever. Oh yeah, that's the first arcade. I think this for Windows 3.1. Yeah. So we got Missile Command, Tempest, Centipede, Battlezone, Asteroids. Oh yeah, Entertainment Pack. Yeah. I always loved these. I think I had for my Windows 98 that I think it came bundled with this one, because I remember playing this as a kid, like Chip Challenge. Taipei, Chess Ball, Ski Free. Return of arcade. Pac-Man, Pole Position, Dig Dug, Galaxian. Yeah, obviously this is not the way to play these games these days, but it's just an interesting curiosity of in emulation history. I think the joystick symbol means that you can use either joystick or maybe Gravis gamepad. Puzzle collection. This I don't think I ever had. Now this looks totally new to me. I never seen these games. I'd actually check this out. Rat Poker, Color Collision, Lineup, Spring Weekend, Jewel Case, Metal Casino. Yeah, this is totally new for me.
Microsoft is ready to play. Click now to see
Pinball Arcade.
New games that just play better.
Yeah, never played this one either. And there's a demo which I'm gonna play later. Maybe if it's good, I'm gonna check the full version. Oh, it's from 30s. So it's almost like pinball history, archival.
Microsoft
presentation. Wait a second, this was the same. Is the video?
There's nothing out there like Microsoft Pinball Arcade. I know, I checked. It's the real
Radical.
Pinball right on your PC. All the ramps, all the flippers, even table bump and tilt action. Come on, send it flying. Give it a
yeah, that voice actor. That's so 90s.
The most authentic pinball action ever.
Radical.
With no quarters required.
Awesome.
Real pinball action like you remember, there's only one. Microsoft Pinball Arcade.
Excellent.
7 tables that made pinball history. For Microsoft.
Excellent. Not.
More down.
Monster Truck Madness 2, but when was Monster Truck Madness 1 released?
They're bad, and they're madder than ever. It's Monster Truck Madness 2. More out.
Well, probably for Windows 95.
It's full contact, bang up, down and dirty racing. With serious damage you can see. Force feedback enabled, so you really feel every hit. So much fun it should be illegal. Choose 20 totally radical monster trucks. Race the way you want to.
Yeah, I don't really like Monster Truck
Would never choose to drive in.
games. The physics, I mean, the physics are usually very slippery and they control so weirdly compared to like rally games.
And get ready to summon.
They're like all bouncy.
Go where you want to go. And if
I want my racing game to have a good grip. That is like the opposite of a good grip.
More down and dirty racing.
Good grip
Monster Truck
game.
Madness 2.
Just gonna check. Okay. Oh, wait a second. This wasn't mentioned anywhere. Kart Precision Racing. by Microsoft. Okay, so it wasn't the IndyCar. I thought this was like IndyCar game, but no, it's about kart. So I think no Indianapolis or oval racing at all, which I actually prefer because oval racing games are very boring. You know, I'm a Formula One fan, not a IndyCar fan, so or NASCAR fan. So I like proper race tracks or street tracks, but not oval racing. I can only like watch Indianapolis 500, but other oval races I skip. Yeah, I would actually want to play this. Like if you can play on like Road America or Mid Ohio, Laguna Seca. So I don't know if this is like the best kart game ever. Obviously, you know, kart collapsed in like 2002, so there couldn't be too many kart games after that. Oh, that's the first Monster Truck Madness. Did they even tell what year this was released? No. Okay, 12 tracks. Your choice of fantastic viewing angles. It's so funny that they have to even like advertise the thing that you can change the camera angle. Blimp overhead. Okay, so this is replays. Yeah, replays was like a new cool things because you couldn't have a replays in 2D games like Outrun. It wouldn't even make sense because it wasn't a 3D game, but yeah, just be able to look watch 3D game, watch replays. That was like new and cool thing. Internet Gaming Zone. I remember this. Oh, wait a second. Do I remember? Yeah, Age of Empires. I would play a couple of games against some probably adults and would get my ass kicked and then would never play again. It was my first introduction to online gaming, and I think it also like killed my interest because I haven't really played online since. I played a couple. I've said I've played sometime on like Formula One and Race Driver Creed and Flat Out, but I'm not an online gamer myself. I like to play single players and play the games with my own pace and my own way. It's too competitive online. I don't want to get better. If I suck in a video game, well, I'm happy to suck, but I don't wanna get better. I don't wanna waste time improving my skills just because I can compete against other people. I don't care. I'm not a competitive person, like I said. There's many games here, but Close Combat Bridge Too Far. Never heard of this one. So it's a strategy game. It's like Red Alert type of game, or it seems to be a little bit like Command and Conquer. Yeah, maybe I have to check this game because maybe I can find the demo version because it looks interesting. Oh, wait a second, this is the original. That's for like DLC, Close Combat. So it's like, oh, okay, it's very old, this one. So it's It's like a strategy game, but it's not turn-based. Very hard to say, but the screenshots are so small. Close combat. Flight Simulator 98. Yeah, I liked the flight simulator games. I had like Microsoft Flight Simulator 2003 or maybe 2001, 2000. I think they were like releasing each year. You know, I would enjoy like playing as a 747 jumbo jet and then try to reenact World Trade Center terrorist attack. Yeah, there's a double tower, twin tower there. You know, crash, but unfortunately the crash animations were very tame, and you know they would just like halfway go through the terrain, but they wouldn't explode or anything. So it wasn't really like a crashing game. Like I would crash in like playing Formula 1 games on purpose, but crashing on purpose on Flight Simulator wasn't really what the game was planned for. But you know, I never really. I tried to play it sometimes like realistically, but you know, I wouldn't have the patience of doing a whole like multi-hour flight. But I think you know, I enjoyed always like getting into the air and then landing. I haven't played the latest Flight Simulator, but maybe in the future, you know, when it becomes retro, I can play it. I would actually want to play one of the earliest Flight Simulator, like Flight Simulator 1, 2, or version 3.0, just to see where it all began on like MS-DOS. Obviously they are a little bit difficult because they probably need you need a manual to know even how to start the plane. So yeah. Okay, what we have left, we have Combat Flight Simulator. You never been a fan of these combat flight games, but
it's war. Calling all flight simulator pilots, assemble now for this highly anticipated air combat game.
And obviously these are the games that you would like to have a joystick. Oh, it has like authentic 40s newsreel music playing. It looks very cool, you know.
From Spitfire to Messerschmitts to the Mustang, all with
and obviously, you know, I understand that there are many fans that like military history, but I'm not the World War II or World War I nut. I don't really like war, you know, especially, you know, after Ukraine war. I'm almost like feeling that just thinking about war makes me sick. You know, after the war started, I couldn't even play FPS games for a while because just the thought of killing people made me stomach turn. But yeah, I think this, you know, there are people who like this genre, these game genres, but for me, I've never. Well, I guess I've never played them enough to start caring about them. I guess if I would like focus and try to really learn one of these games and get good at them, maybe I would start enjoying them. But I won't bother. Outwars, what is this? Just landed on the endangered species list. Outward, send your world to heart, save your planet. Frontline, what is this? Oh, it's one of these mecha games. Yeah, there's just so many of these, like for PlayStation 1. And the thing is that even though the DOSBox Pure supports Voodoo graphics, they're quite demanding, and you don't get good performance, and usually the games still have like graphical glitches. So I wonder if this is one of those games that probably don't play well still, but maybe in 10 years you can play these perfectly. The better thing was sometimes you can play these old games easily with modern computer, or there's like good old games patched version that you can play, but there are some like forgotten games like Urban Assault, which you cannot like buy anywhere nowadays. So the only way to play this is like on an emulator, or just hope that there's a modern like GitHub fan community who have created a patch file for modern computers. And for Urban Assault there's like a patch file or like a source port available, so you can play this game nowadays easily. And I played the demo a lot. I played this, the full version I played on my channel, but again, it's one of those games that it looks interesting, but still it's kind of like confusing, and I don't know. It's a game that I would like to play properly and have a full playthrough, but I can't be asked to do those. So theme music from Mark Snow. Yeah. I wonder how big of a pay he got from this game. Probably not too much. If it was just one piece. So Age of Empires, legendary Age of Empires. No need to say anything about this game. There was no video, or was there? Oh yeah, there is a video.
In Age of Empires, you've risen to every challenge, conquered every foe.
It's interesting that's like the Age of Empires 2 theme that was already playing for Rise of Nations. Do 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 do.
To expand your glorious empire.
And it's almost weird also that like it became the theme of the whole series. Do 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 do. But not the opening theme of the first game. I don't know if that has been used in any later games. Do 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 do. I guess it's just not as memorable as do 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 do. But yeah, I have these installed, and I'm gonna play them. Every time I feel like playing Age of Empires, sometimes you just got a feeling that, or inch that now an hour of Age of Empires would suit. You just want to play Age of Empires, but if you don't have the feeling, Doctor's Madness, it's a legendary game. I've streamed it so much. Crazy!
No, it's motocross madness! Revving up and going
radical! Excellent!
You can do better! Go where
anything pros can do, you can do better.
It's total freedom! It's
total awesome!
Wilder than this! All the stunts, the sounds, for motocross
wow!
so real, you can almost taste the dust. Take a flight.
That grass right at the end.
Stunts and racing on 2 supercharged dirt digging wheels.
Yeah, the CD sampler narrator doesn't sound as enthusiastic as the guy on the video. Excellent. But yeah, I have not Motocross Madness installed on my current computer. I've heard that it's sometimes the Windows 11 doesn't even allow it to be installed, but I guess I might try to install it. You know, just like Age of Empires, once in a while you just feel like you want to play Motocross Madness because it's a great game.
Click here for new.
I think that was all. Wait a second. Oh, I missed Microsoft Golf.
Introducing Microsoft Golf 1999 edition. Iron
Yeah.
So easy and intuitive. You'll be up and teeing off in no time.
Yeah, that's just like full motion video.
Graphics on every shot. Try out one of
Characters. That's nothing new. You had those in Sega CDs.
Optimal location to end your backswing. Improved true ball physics means that your ball reacts just like it does out on the course. You can play for fun against the computer, or play for keeps against anyone in the world when you meet your match on the Internet Gaming Zone. For the relaxation and challenge of the perfect game of golf, step up to Microsoft Golf 1999 edition. That ought to work.
Alright. I wonder when they stopped making
Selling golf game for
new Microsoft Golf games. Maybe this was the last one. Probably wouldn't compete against Tiger Woods golf, but you know. It seems that every golf game has been the same since like 1997. They haven't changed too much. So if you play one, you have played them all. Really, it doesn't really matter which one you play. I think you could just pick one Tiger Woods PGA game and be content. Golf games, they're just relaxing games. If you want to relax, like no shooting, no dying, no time limits, then I would play a golf game. But yeah, there's a demo available, so I'm gonna check the demo later.
Click here.
I think there was like a catalog. Did I? Have I checked everything here? Was there any games that I didn't? Okay, they are putting the peripherals as well here. Yeah, and Close Combat, there's no demo available, but maybe I can download it from Internet Archive.
For an alphabetical list of all.
I think we browsed through the whole thing. So yeah, there's obviously like a CD sampler for Windows 95. Maybe I will check that as well. But I don't think there's any like CD sampler for Windows Millennium Edition. So yeah. So with that, I will say thanks for watching. Bye bye.